How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Welcome to another night of high school football, live from Carroll High School. It's the Snider Panthers visiting the Carroll Chargers. I am Brett Rump, joined by Ryan Dellinger with the action here in Carroll tonight. It's two teams that both got wins in the opening week, tried to improve to 2-0 and save a claim at the top of the Summit Athletic Conference race. Well, the Snider Panthers, coached by Kurt Tippmann, and the Carroll Chargers, coached by Ted Guinan, very familiar with one another. In fact, they were co-workers for a very long time, as Ted Guinan formerly was a coach of the Snider Panthers before making the move out here to take over the Carroll Chargers program. And all he has done in Carroll is win football games. But it's always a little bit of a challenge when you take on Snider, because they are often the bar by which everyone else in the SAC is measured, and that's the question mark about Carroll coming into tonight after an impressive Week 1 victory over Bishop Lewis, a game that we had for you here on ESPN Radio 1390 and 100.9 FM. The Chargers won 38-27 over Bishop Lewis, but can they keep that momentum, and can they hang with another one of the giants in the SAC, the Snider Panthers? Well, Ryan, both of these teams came into the season with perhaps question marks at quarterback. Both of them went a different route to solve that question. For the Snider Panthers, they get a transfer in Michael Hopper, and he looked very good last week, looked very good in the scrimmage. And the Carroll Chargers, they're still splitting duty. Now, Doug Guinan said he's a one quarterback guy, but so far he's still split between two quarterbacks, Jack Miguel, a junior, and Ian Miller, a senior.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he works it tonight. Probably just whoever gets hot the quickest and is able to pick up the different defenses that Snider will run at him tonight. Now, last week, Snider's defensive backs were not tested. Will that happen tonight? I don't know, because Carroll wants to run the ball. Novotny had a huge week last week. Can they do that again? Do they have a special enough line to block those defensive guys for the Snider Panthers?
Well, we had a beautiful day, and we were promised that we would have a spot inside the Carroll press box here, which is why we are here for this game. And unfortunately, when we arrived, we were put out on the outside upper deck because now getting rained on. A lot of expensive equipment exposed to the elements, so hopefully it endures the wet weather here at Carroll High School. You're hearing the Carroll Chargers taking the field right now. The Snider Panthers in the far sideline. Carroll's going to be in their home blue uniform, silver pants, silver helmets, while the Snider Panthers have the yellow pants, white jerseys with black numbers, yellow trim, and the black helmets. Well, Ryan, certainly both teams have capable running backs. You mentioned Nick Novotny, who was the workhorse for the Carroll Chargers a week ago, rushing it 36 times for 205 yards against Bishop Lewis. But Snider has a two-headed monster in their backfield with Money Woods and Christian Covington.
Yeah, and Snider also has DeAndre Stroud back there, too, another big guy that can run the ball. So, and then they put Hip and Hammer back there as well, in a little wildcat formation. So Snider, once again, lowered in the running backs position because they have a really good offensive line. They had huge holes to run through last week against Northside, and Christian Covington had a coming out day last week. He had 4 touchdowns, just a junior, and then they had another touchdown from Michael Lito Jr. as wide receiver. He had his first high school touchdown as a freshman. So a little bit of a youth movement starting in at the Snider Panthers.
Well, we're just moments away from the kickoff. We'll take a timeout when we come back. It's SAC football with the Snider Panthers and the Carroll Chargers. Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Every great team has focus and talent. And at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Hi, I'm Tommy Schegler, the new director of Parkview Sports Medicine, your one-stop shop for all things sports. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an aspiring be a better athlete. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. We bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Our partners include Scoreboard Orthopedics, AWP Sports Training, and Parkview Athletic Rehab. They're all suited up and ready to serve you. Want to know more? Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Carroll High School in a light rain. After 6 p.m. afternoon, some clouds are coming over. Dropping some raindrops on us. And some pretty expensive equipment. So we try to keep everything dry and hopefully keep it in the air as we're in the elements here at Carroll High School. Didn't see who won the toss and who's going to receive, Brian. I'm going to get a chance to check it out.
Snider's going to receive.
Technical issues here at Carroll High School. Carroll's doing the return all going to have to go through it all, but it does look like Snider's going to get the ball to start this football game. And they will be going from the southwest to the north. A wind that is at times blowing from the
Actually, one of his own guys slowed him down, ran into him to slow him up. So good starting position for the Panthers here at the 42-yard line of the Carroll Chargers. Hopper going to start under center.
Hopper is under center with an I formation. Give to the tailback, Money Woods. He runs into trouble. Short game, maybe 2 out to the 44.
And number 23, Nick Carter on the
I got Jake Ostrowski on the tackle there for the Chargers.
Down and 8.
Once again, starting in the power I again for the Snider Panthers. Hopper's under center here.
Hopper under center, I formation. Tailback, Money Woods. Dances through the line. Nice hole, right sideline. He's at the 40, 35, 30, and chased out of bounds on the far sideline after a big gain. He'll go for almost 30 yards and get inside the 30 of Carroll. Put it to the 27. That's a good sample from Money Woods. Nice hole on the right side of the line.
That was Blake Castetter on the touchdown-saving tackle there. Again, a handoff to Money Woods. Up the middle again. Big
Woods with a nice hole. He drags tacklers inside the 20. Almost picks up 10 yards right in the middle of the field. Following the big Snider offensive line. And that line is led to 705-pound senior offensive lineman set up at right tackle. Under center is Hopper. The I formation behind Hopper. And again, a give to Woods up the middle. They'll follow the line and down inside the 15 to about the 13. Picking up about 4 or 5 yards right down the middle of the field. And for another Snider first down. Moving the chains. The Panthers doing it almost Carroll's way. Just basically using power football between the tackles. The one big run by Woods, he started in a hole between the tackles and then broke it for the outside. Hopper gives to Woods. He avoids one in the backfield, but when he crosses the line, it's hit and brought down. A gain maybe of about 3. If that, maybe a couple. Getting down to the 12-yard line where it's only a yard. Down in 9.
Now Snider really going with loading up the offensive line, bringing in Zenden's younger brother Simon to be in there now. They are very large out there, and they're going to spread them out a little bit here, Brett, and going to get back in the pistol formation.
Right hash mark. Hopper, 5 yards deep. Woods the only back, and it will be the give to Woods, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Huge defensive throw. Blitzed the right gap and got up to Woods in the backfield.
Yeah, it was a good play there for them, pushing them back. Snider's been able to push them around a little bit there on the offensive line. Now we'll see if they actually go to the air and see how good Hoppert's arm are. You got to watch for Hip and Hammer here and Michael Ito here. He's being left all alone out here on the near side by us. And here he is. He dropped back to the pass. He's got time. Over the middle. Oh, almost picked off.
Broke over the middle. Geyser and came up and stopped him, making sure that was incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if that slipped out of his hand or if it looked like Hippenhammer may have slipped on the turf and fell down. And you mentioned it earlier today, they've cut the grass real short here. So Snider going to go for a field goal. Paul Buseman, one of the better field goal kickers, just barely missed a 52-yarder last week.
He's going to try one from 35 yards. They'll set it on the 25-yard line. The hold will be by Andrew McGrady. Here's the snap. Buseman with the kick. It is up, and it is good. And the touchdown just to the right. Buseman right. Carroll Chargers come up with a defensive stop. They're fired up, and of course we talked earlier today with Ryan Schwab about what Carroll needs to do, and one of the points he made is they need to stay in front. If they start falling behind Snider, it could be very difficult on the Chargers.
Yeah, Snider's got a great defensive secondary, which was a challenge last week. Tristan Wells is in the starting lineup this week. He was out last week. So he's in there, and we'll see what they try to do. If they try to establish Novotny right away or try to test him through the air.
Shotgun to start things off for Ian Miller, the senior. And he'll give to Novotny, and he's met in the backfield and pushed the other way, and about 6 Panthers all over Novotny. And one of the first to get to him was Christian Wells, who's the linebacker. He had a lot of help as Snider really broke through against that Carroll offensive line.
Yeah, I think a spot you could exploit Snider is over the middle because they like to blitz those linebackers.
2-yard loss. Marked back at the 18-yard line, second down and 12. And again, Carroll will go with a spread, going 4 wide. In fact, 5 wide with an empty backfield throw. Completed the Schmeling, a little out route, 5 yards downfield. He gets hit by the mound after getting out to the 23. That'll bring up third down and about 7 from their own 23-yard line.
Outside of bounds, 16.
Little safe route for Miller with Schmeling going from the slot. Out. And again, they'll put 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left, single back in the backfield, Novotny, and a quick throw. Right flat, it's off the hands of Justin Becker. He would have had a first down at the 33-yard line. I wonder, falling, could the ball be a little slippery because it went right through the hands of the junior receiver, Justin Becker, and that will force Carroll into a punting situation, and that's dangerous when you've got return guys sitting back here that are as talented as Snider has, including Tavares Brown.
Actually, it's Demarius Ridley.
16, not 18.
Yeah.
So it's Ridley and Hippenhammer. Snap good, Shannon's boot.
Oh, shanked it.
Yep, low shank that will go out of bounds, short of midfield. They will, let's see where they get it goes out of bounds. I think it's going to be 45 or 46 yard line. We'll see the 47 of Carroll. So that will be a Shannon, and he's a good kicker. That's just a shank, and I think that's the intimidation or the fear factor of having 2 good return guys splitting the field. You've got no options of where to kick it.
You're right, and last week Snider continuously got to the punter from Northside, so they watched the film, they knew they were coming, but not a good kick, and Snider with great field position here, and going to start with one back in the backfield. Big offensive line again.
This time a shotgun. It's the read and the roll. He'll fake it, throw it, and Hippenhammer will catch it at the 40. Avoids one and then gets to the 35. For Hippenhammer, that's going to be 13 yards, and he got about 7 of it after the catch. Either it was kind of adjusting with the ball in flight, throwing a little behind him, and he made the catch. Of course, you've got to respect his speed, so there was pushing for Hippenhammer to make that catch. First down, 10, Panthers. Give to Covington. He'll bounce it off the right, come back left.
Oh, nice block.
25-20. Got a nice downfield block from Hippenhammer, and he takes it inside the 15.
That was Michael Hopper, one of the big, huge blocks.
And call knocked him out of bounds. Ball is at the Charger 13. That plays good for Snider, first down.
Covington, Parker's right there, 123, running into another 23, and there's a flag over on the far side near the line of scrimmage, and it's a false start against Snider, and they're asking Coach Dinan, you want to decline this, don't you? And yeah, they will decline it, because the loss in the play back at about the 17. So it'll be and let's see, about 14 or 15. They'll call it 14.
And Snider's obviously going with the Wildcat here because they saw Michael Hopper run off the field.
It is Hippenhammer will take the direct snap. And in the backfield, you've got Covington with Hippenhammer. They've got a wing to the right of the formation, and that's Bryson Half, the big tight end, and he is big. Lido, a slot to the left. Hippenhammer will take off and run to the right, trying to get around the edge, and he does. Cuts it up the sideline, and it's knocked out of bounds, close to the first down. Near the 6 or 7 yard line. Outside, so turn that edge, and that's what Matt Hippenhammer can do. Fortunately, they got a nice angle on it to knock him out of bounds before he took it all the way to the end zone. But it sets up a 3rd and short now for the Panthers. Very manageable 3rd, maybe 2 or 3. And they put the ball at the 6 yard line.
Yeah, I think they're going to run to the left side here. They've loaded it up with some beef.
Ball on the right hash, so the left will be the wide side of the field. The I formation, long count, and there's movement in the line, and it's offside. Called against Carroll, and that will be a freebie because I think that half the distance is going to give Snider a first down and goal.
I don't know. Maybe it's... did you see him?
He signaled offsides.
Yeah. He did it quickly.
Yep, the line judge who threw the flag gave the signal that it was an offside against the Carroll Chargers. That will be the ball. So it's half the distance. Now, will it be a first down?
It looks close. I don't know if maybe that blitzing linebacker got up there so close he accidentally pushed his guy forward and he ended up in the neutral zone there. And yes, it is enough for a first and goal.
First and goal from the 3 for the Snider Panthers, trying to break a scoreless tie with 7:12 remaining in our opening quarter. High formation behind Michael Hopper. Snider quarterback. Give to the tailback, Covington. He's got a hole, and Covington will pound it into the end zone. Touchdown. 5 TDs on the year for Covington. He's the power back of the two-headed tandem. And the Panthers take the lead. 7:07 to play opening quarter. It's 6-0. And on the try, the extra point will be Paul Buseman.
Big hole for him to run through on that left side.
Here's Buseman getting set to kick it. It's up, and a low line drive after missing a field goal left. He hits a low liner, but it splits the upright. Well, no style points for that one, but it'll count. 7-0 with 7:07 remaining in the opening quarter. Panthers strike first, and that's a scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. Of course, if you want to score on your next drive, get to any of the 5 Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. We'll come back with the kickoff. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's Pizza Hut's $5 flavor menu deal with your choice of any 2 or more of these delicious options for just $5 each. A medium one-topping pizza, 8 breaded bone-out wings, a single pan of Tuscan pasta, a double order of garlic sticks or flavor sticks, even a Hershey's triple chocolate brownie or chocolate chip cookie. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Get pizza and pasta, pizza and wings, maybe even wings and a dessert. It's your choice with the $5 flavor menu for a limited time at your hometown Pizza Hut.
We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Kickoff for the Snider Panthers, taking a 7-0 lead. Ball is dropped at around the 5. On the return, up the middle of the field, it is not half for the Carroll Chargers. He runs into trouble at the 15 and finally gets it out close to the 20 on second effort. And the Carroll Chargers now trying to respond, something they have not seen all year, a deficit. They trail the Snider Panthers 7-0, just under 7 minutes left in the first quarter here at Carroll.
See if we can go back to that last play that they ran there that he actually, he dropped. He was pretty much open because he had a linebacker guarding him. Austin France was trying to guard him. He was nowhere around. See if they go back to that right away because they're going to have to do some, maybe widen their splits to try to be able to run against the big defensive line for the Panthers. Well, they got a full house backfield now.
2 backs in the backfield. Shotgun snap. Miller will give to the tailback. Novotny had blocking help, but it didn't matter. Snider stuffed him behind the scrimmage. Everybody pretty much getting the Snider right now. Snider dominating things up front and making the hit. William Johnson to the 10, pushing Novotny back. There's no gain. Ball still sitting on the 20-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again, shotgun as they go. No huddle. Trying to run things quickly. Take to Novotny. Now Miller will look to throw. And here comes the pressure. And down goes Miller in the backfield.
That was big number 9.
That's LJ Lawrence Johnson. From one Johnson to another, they're dominating things up front. Lawrence Johnson rode with Michael Lito earlier and they're trying to win after the game. He's a 6'4", 295-pound defensive lineman, just a junior, and he ate that up in the backfield and took down Miller for a sack. It's 3rd and long with the ball back at the 14. Quick drop, Miller looks. Now he's going to try to run it up the middle of the field, and yes, Lawrence Johnson again with a sack. Well, the minimum yards. So it was a sack, but he makes the tackle. And that was all the Johnson brothers right there, Ryan, as Carroll a 3 and out, and they're at the 15 having to punt.
And they shanked the last one. Let's see if he has a little better one this time. And once again, you got to kick to, I would be kicking to Demarius Ridley. He has a little bit of a problem holding on to the ball.
A light rain is falling. Let's see if the long snap is good because Shannon is standing on his goal line. It is a good snap, and Shannon the boot. That time he spirals a deep one. Caught at the 38 by Ridley. It's going to cross the field right to left. They try to set up a wall. Hippodamer gets a lead block. Down the sideline, Ridley. He escapes one, and he's gone. 15, 10, 5, touchdown.
65 yards, bro? Or
62 yards on the return by Demarius Ridley on the line. A long drive kick, and Ridley fast enough to cross the field from right to left. Snider got the wall set up, and Ridley broke away from a couple of tackles near sideline, and then he was gone. Nothing ahead of him but green space, and he takes it 62 yards for the score. That's what Carroll did was to give up a big play and now go down 2 scores with still 5:03 to play in the first quarter. Huseman's extra point attempt. The snap, the set, and the kick. That one looks much better and is good. 14-0 Panthers lead. A very quick scoring drive on a punt return presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. We'll be back. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
For
17 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales 5 Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales.
Best Deal Auto Sales. BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com. Let's send it back to the field. Presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM. 100.9 FM.
Looking set to kick off for the Panthers.
Within a couple of minutes, and that has turned a 0-0 game into a 14-0 Snider Panther lead. And the big plays by Southern Carroll, Washington matches saw the a couple of times last week. They didn't get the ball. By Demarius Ridley, and now Snider to kick off, and as they kick it, there's a flag and whistle. Offsides on the kick.
That official's been busy with his flag tonight, hasn't he?
That's
I think he's called them all. Yeah.
Mark Mittler, a local baseball umpire who has at times filled in on Tin Caps games when a minor league official or a minor league umpire gets hurt or something. Mark Mittler has gotten the call a couple of times. He's working this game as a line judge. Of course, you know, I was down on the field when the officials came out. I wasn't sure if it was a basketball game, a baseball game.
Exactly.
You have 2 or 3 of these guys that are umpires. You have a couple of them that are basketball officials. A veteran crew assembled here for SEC football tonight. So the 5-yard march off, and Paul Buseman will have to kick it again, this time from his own 35-yard line.
What a big crowd. Wow.
Absolutely packed out here at Carroll High School. And of course, gorgeous weather during the afternoon. We're still getting light rain here and there this evening. There's the boot by Buseman. Kind of short, taking it about the 7-yard line, and it's Schmeller. Looks for a hole at the middle of the field, crosses the 23, to almost the 30-yard line, but there's a flag line at the 23. Probably a block that will be called here.
I don't know if you talked about it last week, but did you talk about the new clock, how they do it?
With the play clock?
Yeah. A little bit different this year. I like it. Wait for the officials to get the plays going.
So now they'll have to march this off. And things getting from bad to worse for the Carroll Chargers here in the first quarter, and really puts the pressure on the Chargers with an offense that is not necessarily assembled as a big strike unit.
They will begin their drive.
Really a team that wants to control and maintain long drives, and now the pressure on, and Miller will continue to be the quarterback. He will give it to Novotny, trying to get yardage right up the middle of the field. But Novotny will only go for about a yard.
Novotny on the carry.
He'll get it out to the 15-yard line, 2nd down and 9, and right now Carroll is looking for answers.
And we're
Simply can't stop Lawrence Johnson.
Carroll in on the tackle.
He's had 3 tackles in a row.
Look at the 2 tackles. Lawrence Johnson, who we talked about, at 6'4", 295. And then you also have Zach McDowell, who's 6'2", 275. They take up a lot of space in the middle of that defensive front. Quick out pattern, caught by Becker, immediately out of bounds. It's a real quick out, taking advantage of a cushion by the sideline. Justin Becker makes a catch, and now it is 3rd and 3.
Gain of 5, 3rd down and 3.
The 21-yard line, they need to cross the 24 for the first down. Shotgun for the left hash. Miller, quick throw, and it's just basically a sit route. Becker makes the catch right at the 24 and falls forward for a first down.
Last play.
Well, it is Becker. Just went 2 yards downfield and turned around.
Yeah, that's the way you slow down the rush. You get rid of the ball really quick, and that's what they're doing.
Miller, a give to Novotny, dancing his way through the middle of the line. 26 and pushed backwards after a gain of 2.
Tackled by Ridley.
I think that was Ridley and Cox on the tackle.
Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8.
Threw him on the ground. Carroll, though, they're starting to get a little push much with their line. They're starting to get into the second part of the defense, so they need to keep it up.
Second down. We'll call it 8 from the 26. Roll to the right for Miller. He will throw. It's caught by Schmidt, and Slaughter just slaughtered him at the 31-yard line.
And Slaughter did the right thing. He waited to catch it, and then, of course, like you said, he did slaughter him on the tackle, trying to dislodge that ball, but he held on to the ball. Good for Carroll.
He had to go high to make the catch, and that really exposed him to a big hit from the backside, and Slaughter delivered it for the Carroll Charge, or for the Snider Panthers. But now it is another third down. Third down and almost 5. From the 30-yard line. They got to get close to the 35. Lobbing it down the sideline. Man-to-man. Becker against Slaughter. And that time it's incomplete. Slaughter went stride for stride right down the near sideline, and they thought maybe Becker could get around Slaughter. Couldn't do it. And the ball thrown right where it needed to be. Lob it high in the air, put it between the receiver and the sideline, but Becker just couldn't go out and get it. It was tight coverage.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was really seeing there, because he went up against Don Slaughter. He had a soft safety over there on a corner playing off. They had the slot receiver probably over out there. Here's the punt.
Shannon will boot it to the near sideline, spiraling, and that's the way you avoid a return.
Well, let's see where they
take it out of bounds. And they're going to mark it out at the 35-yard line. 35-yard by Shannon with no return, and it starts the Snider offense at their own 35-yard line with a 14-0 lead with 2:50 remaining in the first quarter here at Carroll.
Well, you got to see Carroll last week, Brett. What has been the real difference tonight? Has it just been Snider's defense, or has it been maybe that drop pass has really hurt them there when they had a chance to extend a drive? Is that the difference between last week and then this week for Carroll versus Snider versus Lures last week? Once again, Hopper going to start in a pistol formation with Money Woods behind him. 2 receivers to the right, and Hippenhammer in the motion. Oh, we got a jet sweep, and he is gone. He's on the right side.
On the right side, crosses the 45, now down to the 50, about a 15-yard gain for Hippenhammer. And again, he's so quick getting around the corner.
That did a really nice job of sealing off the right side that time for Hippenhammer to get around the outside on a little jet sweep here. So Snider once again moving the ball quite consistently with another first down here. Hopper and Hippenhammer talking over the play.
And so you get a shotgun from Hopper. You get the single back, Money Woods. And they'll give it to Woods up the middle. Follows that big line, sweeping across the Carroll territory and taking it to about the Charger 45. That's a 7-yard gain right up the middle for Money Woods, and that's just the push from the offensive line and basically guard to guard right in the middle of that big offensive unit for Money Woods to get a nice game.
When your offensive line ends up as far as the running back, blocking people, that's a pretty good run. Blitz again.
Good drop, throw, right side, going down to get it. Is Jordan Gorman, the wideout on the right side. First down yardage, no yards because Gorman had better things to make it. That's a very good safe throw by Harper. Just inside the Charger 40-yard line. Catch, no chance of it deflecting off his hands or sailing out. Incomplete. And the completion's the first time for Snider. They'll set it just inside the Charger 40. Going to get to Woods. Trying to get him on the left edge, and he got right on the play. Woods on the tackle. Pulled down, but Woods on the carry. On the tackle. Once again, Tony Marker on the play. Had nothing but the face mask, and looks like they're calling it 5 yards. That's a 5-yard face mask on Carroll. Face mask, it's going to be 15. If you get your hand on it, but he doesn't come down, it's usually 5. But they're only going to mark this 5 yards. Boy, I think Carroll catches a break there.
Absolutely. Just for James Payne, right on that. I mean, the minute he grabbed the mask, that flag was flying. Snider once again in pistol formation.
Toward the middle of the field. Hopper 5 yards back. Here comes a blitz. Hopper will roll to the right. He's got some time. Looking. Now he'll take off. 35 and at the far sideline near the 30 gets knocked out of bounds. That shows Hopper's quickness, that even though he was rolling down the field, he was able to outrun the pursuit and turn it into about an 11-yard gain.
Actually, he did not get the first down.
They're saying it's not the first down.
We're going to bring up second down and short for the Panthers.
Inside the 30, it's second down and inches.
Carroll has been blitzing in that A gap pretty religiously here. They just got to make sure they don't guess the wrong side, because if Covington or Woods gets in that gap and gets through there, they'll be gone because it's wide open.
From the right hash, Hopper at the shotgun. He'll keep it. He's got a lot of room. 25-20. At the 15, he gets wrapped in. Down at the 14. Everybody went from the fake to the running back, and Hopper came back following his left side of the line. And there was nobody that stayed home for Carroll.
Yeah, and both wide receivers on this side near to us, both just went downfield, and that just completely opened up. And they were blocking again. That's the one thing nice about the Snider wide receivers. They love to block. Once again, deep in their territory.
Shotgun for Hopper. He gives a hard count. There's movement in the front line, but they won't say that they jumped the neutral zone, even though Snider's trying to point out that they did. So they'll keep the formation. Oh, an early start from Gorman out on the wide out right side. After all that, the hard count, Carroll jumped. Didn't apparently break the neutral zone, and then Gorman got a head start before the snap as the wideout on the right side. A 5-yard penalty called against the Snider Panthers with 58 seconds left in the first quarter, and Snider leading at 14-0. They're inside Carroll's 20-yard line, back in the red zone.
Yeah, George Thornson's the center for Snider, and his balls have been getting back there kind of slow and wobbly, haven't they?
A little bit. So Hippenhammer in the slot to the left will go in motion across to the right. Shotgun Hopper. Fakes to Woods, rolls left. Here comes pursuit. He just lobs it out to Haft and overthrew in the near flat. Parker with the pressure in the backfield.
He just couldn't
Going a second down and
that
15.
ball. That's a tough play for a right-handed quarterback.
Yeah, rolling to the left, and the pursuit coming quickly from his right side. Hopper just had to get it out there, and he overthrew Haft, bringing up a second down and 15 at the 20-yard line. They'll give to the back. Woods will pop it out to the left, and he's got a nice hole. 15-10, and down to the 8, and then maybe a hold in the backfield. And that might be why Woods had so much space, because there's flags near the line of scrimmage, and it is a hold called against Snider. So bring back the big game by Money Woods. Tag on another penalty against the Snider Panthers. 14-0. Snider leads it with 25.8 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And now they'll get a 10-yard march off. Replay second down, but it's now second down, and it's going to be close to about 28 yards, I think. I'm trying to see where the stick is, somewhere near the 5-yard line, and the ball sitting at the 34, so I think it's second down and 29. Now the clock runs down to 18 seconds. Hopper gets the play. He's in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Woods in a slot. Hippenhammer will go in motion left to right, and they'll jet sweep it. Hippenhammer coming around the right edge. Cuts it up at the down at the 27-yard line. That's the final play of the first quarter. Our score, Snider leading at 14-0 over the Carroll Chargers. This is high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union, cutting ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
And now, your Crumback Chevrolet starting lineup. The full-size pickup with power improvement performance. The redesigned Silverado with the perfect blend of form and function and named most dependable midsize car. The Malibu. Crumback helps you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise. Delivering 42 miles per gallon. It's the compact car with premium comfort. And the versatile Equinox takes you where you want to go in style. This starting lineup from Crumback Chevrolet. 930 East in New Haven. Celebrating 45 years of helping the Fort Wayne area find new roads. Find us online at CrumbackChevy.com.
Did you know 26 million Americans have kidney disease and most don't know it?
The day I was diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I called the National Kidney Foundation, and the young lady who answered stayed on the phone with me and walked me through step by step. She too was surviving kidney disease, and she showed me there could be life after kidney disease.
Visit the National Kidney Foundation at kidney.org. Now, you know.
It's high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
sideline and took it all the way for the score from 26 yards. And Snider extends their lead 10 seconds into the second quarter.
That was a busted play, Brett. You just simply made something out of nothing right there and scored another touchdown to put the Panthers up.
The extra point attempt for Paul Biersman.
Into the extra point try.
3 for 3 in extra point tries. Here's the snap. The set. The kick. That looks much better than a couple of his early kicks. And it splits the uprights. It's good. 21-0. Snider leads it over the Carroll Chargers. 10 seconds into the second quarter. It's a scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. You want to score on your next drive. Stop at any of the 5 Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. It is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM. 100.9 FM.
I'm Brett Rump at Carroll High School, where the Snider Panthers have jumped out 21-0 over Carroll, and Ryan, before the game, talked to Ryan Schwab about the Carroll Chargers and what they needed to do if they were going to hang with Snider, and one of the first points he made was they would have to stay close or be in the lead, and that would be important. And right now they've done exactly what they couldn't afford to do, and that is to fall behind. The kick for Buford goes into the end zone. It's caught by George Hill. 3 yards deep into the drive. Started the 20, but they've been unable to get field position. The offense has been unable to move the football, and Snider has capitalized. A couple of big plays. They lead it 21-0.
Yeah, Snider 5 straight quarters without giving up a touchdown, and they just dominate on that defensive side. If you got to pick your poison, you're going to double team McDowell, you're going to double team Lawrence Johnson, you're going to double team Will Johnson. That just leaves a linebacker. So far, Carroll hasn't been able to figure it out. See what they do on this drive here.
There's a drop, and here comes the rush. Novotny gets wrapped up in the backfield. Before he can even get back to the line of scrimmage, it's going to be a loss for the Chargers back to the 50. 5-yard loss, and the Chargers just going the wrong way. And again, it's the domination of the Snider Panthers up front against this Carroll offensive line.
Nobody even touched Will Johnson on that play.
And it's Jack Miguel now at quarterback for Carroll. He looks left and rolls right. He throws, and it's incomplete. Flag, and then Carroll back to the
Definitely a hold. I saw Panther go down with a fish wrapped around him.
Miguel looked like he wanted to throw it left. Didn't see the receiver hold to the right. And when he did, sometimes that redirection, Ryan, you get leverage on a rusher as a lineman, and when they redirect, it kind of throws you off, and you have to reach out and grab somebody, and I think that's what happened to the Carroll Chargers.
Yeah, once he broke outside contain, and those linemen get spun around, they grab jerseys, grab shoulder pads, whatever they can get a hold of, and that's, I think, what happened there.
Tough call here for Snider, because the incomplete pass would have made it 3rd down and 15, but they go ahead and accept the penalty to make it 2nd down and almost 30. The ball is sitting at the 4-yard line. And they'll give it to Novotny up the middle, and he crosses the 5, but back up 6. 2 yards, Novotny. That time, I think Austin France came in and made the hit. The middle linebacker, and a couple of 100 pounds. Physically, very gifted.
Yes. Now, what do they do here? Go maybe a screen pass here? Or
3rd down and 28 from their own 6.
A draw?
Tough. They're down 21-0, running, and regardless of what they do, they're going to give up pretty good field position to Snider. They'll throw a quick wide receiver screen. It's caught by Becker. Coming near sideline, 10, 15, and out of bounds at the 15-yard line. He's going to be a little bit short of the first down, but at least leave some space for your punter, Jack Shannon.
Yeah, on that tackle, Will Johnson coming all the way from his defensive end, getting downfield with Taj Starks. A good safe play there by Carroll. Positive yards, and that's what they need to build on here in the second quarter. But Snider's going to get field again with Ridley and Hippenhammer.
Looks odd seeing Will Johnson wearing Malik Bramley's number 8, because they're built completely different. There's the kick, and again, Shannon's going to sail it out of bounds, and that time we'll see again where they mark it because it landed a good 10 yards wide of the field. And now let's see. We're going to see where they set it. It's going to be in the Carroll side of the field, 49. Such a 30-yard kick with no return, but Snider again, great field position. As Carroll's offense just has been unable to flip the field, and the Panthers just keep taking over with great field position, and they lead it 21-0.
Yeah, the Panthers, they just get you down, and then they keep running the big guys right at you. Money Wood's going to be in there again, I'm sure. He's going to get the bulk of the carries in this drive for them.
Pistol formation with Hoppert 5 yards behind center. And the give to Woods. He'll cut it back to the right. He's got a hole inside the 45. 5 yards, Money Woods. Woods has been kind of the featured back so far, Ryan. I know last week it was Covington who had the big day, but it's been Money Woods tonight.
Yeah, well, really last week it was Woods that get him down the field, and then Covington would finish him up, much like last year when they had Dom Scott. Same philosophy.
Hopper from the right hash. Quarterback draw up the middle. 40, 35, and hit hard by the safety who came up in support. But not before Hopper takes it for 9 yards. 35-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, that was big Zenden Dellinger, and I believe number 58 opened up a down in there playing guard.
Ball stays near the right hash. Got a slot receiver to the left, and a give to Woods, who immediately bounces to the left. Catch up at the numbers. There's a flag in the backfield. Probably a hold. As Woods takes it to the 30, about a 5-yard lead, and it is holding called against Snider.
And as good a play as Will Schwartz just made, that time he was the one caught holding. Young guys, underclassmen, drive a coach crazy, and he'll see that in films tomorrow and learn from that one for sure. James Payne trying to walk through the crowd of Snider players.
And he will get it marched off back to the 49. So the original line of scrimmage while this drive started, that's a big penalty because it's 10-yard march off. But you march it from a spot foul where he was 5 yards deep, and it's all the way back to the Carroll 49-yard line. Snider needs the 26 for a first. Play action. Roll to the right, Hopper. He's got a lot of time. Looks, now he's going to cut back across the field and be wrapped up and brought to the sack by the Carroll. Mason Dead was in for the swoop from Hopper's backside, and when Hopper decided he wanted to turn fields and head back to the other side, there was Ginn and the sack back at the 38. Well, the big penalty and then a sack for a big loss. That's a 13-yard loss in that sack, Ryan. So Snider has gone a long way from almost in the red zone to all the way back in their own 38, and it's 2nd down and almost a third of the field to go. Here's Hopper, and he comes to the near sideline, 45, 50, there's nobody here, 40, 35, a man comes across, number 25, but Hopper gets a lot of it back on one play. Almost a quarterback draw, whether it was behind his back, but he saw space, he tucked it and ran, and he made it into a nice game.
Yeah, as soon as he saw some daylight, he was gone. That's right on. First down.
A 37-yard pickup by Hopper, and it's a first down at the Carroll 25. Wow. That's what big play capabilities can do for you. You're in a huge hole, and then you all of a sudden can turn it in one play, get a first down. almost a busted play at that.
That's what he scored the touchdown on.
Ball's on the right hash. The power I lines up behind Hopper. He's under center, and they'll run a counter. Give it to Money Woods, following the right side of the line. After about a 3-yard gain, and push backwards. That's a play that really burned Carroll a few times last week. Jalen Johnson running it. That time the Chargers learned from the film, learned from experience, and they were there on that counter.
Yeah, a lot of gang tackling there by the Chargers. A nice job. You know, you'd think Money Woods is just a little scat back. He likes to run between the guards.
Under 8 minutes to play, 21-0. Snider leads with the ball. There's Woods. Nice hole inside the 15, taking 10. And down close to the 7-yard line. Nice run, Money Woods.
Here comes the back again for the Panthers.
It's going to be first and goal for Snider.
First and goal from the 7-yard line with 7:43 in the clock running. Opening quarter, 21-0. Panthers already lead it over Carroll. And again, they'll run that I formation with a couple of tackles. Give tailback Woods just right up the middle. Woods north and south down to about the 2, maybe the 1. And there's a little extracurricular. Push and shove after the play over on the left flat. One of the Chargers ended up without a helmet. He's got losing the helmet. And it's
number 9?
I think it is number 9. That's Jake Ostrowski. A defensive end, a 6'4", 220-pound senior. And here he comes. He trots off. The replacement is going to be Matthew Pierre, who is a 5'7", 200-pound senior linebacker. Coach Guinan will meet him and find out exactly what happened. Ostrowski comes over and
the officials having words with Big Zendendellinger, and we got number 12 for the counter-attack, telling both teams to knock it off in there and let's get back to playing football. But Snyder's going to see a sub come in, and I guarantee you that's where they're going to run the ball.
And now you're going to have an official come over to try to tell Doug Dinan quickly what happened.
Was he thrown out? Because they were
they just pointed to the locker room. Yeah, they pointed toward the locker room. Ostrowski might have been thrown out of the game, and I think he has. They're going to escort him out.
Yeah, because the officials are not letting him snap the ball. Ostrowski is out of the game with 7:11 here to go in the first half.
Well, Ostrowski was the one who ended up without a helmet.
He did.
But he's also the one that's got to leave the field. So, well, now he just walked to this end of the sideline and stopped.
Hippenhammer's a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. It's Hippenhammer. And it's a quarterback sneak, and there's a flag. And you know what that's going to be? I think it's the Bush push.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hippenhammer took a quarterback sneak up the middle. I think he was going to cross the plane and may have already crossed the plane before he got to push him behind. That's the Bush push.
I don't know what they called that. Yeah, is that what it is?
It's I don't know the official name for the rule, but it's aiding the runner.
Helping the runner.
And that's huge.
And Coach Shipman is not happy.
No. And, well, here's what happened, I think. I think Hippenhammer had already crossed the plane and gotten in the end zone before he got the push, and that's the question. Because the referee from behind the play was the one who saw it happen and threw the flag, but he doesn't know when the plane was broken.
Oh, he's all over that official. He had words with him last year as well, so Coach Shipman
not happy.
Loves the official.
Not happy. Very animated on the far sideline in this march-off. We see this so rarely, Brian. I'm not even sure what the march-off is. I guess it's 5 yards. They put it back at a 7, where it's going to be second down and goal for the Panthers, leading at 21-0 with 7:10 remaining here in the second quarter. Hippenhammer again will get under center. Take a direct snap. Money Woods, the tailback. And a whistle. Flag.
Well, this drive has been offsides.
I think Carroll lined up in the neutral zone.
What an odd drive.
It has been odd. Now,
Ostrowski's coming back in.
Yep, Ostrowski is coming in. So he's not been ejected because he's back on the field.
That's good, because if he was ejected from this game, I believe he has to sit out next week as well, correct?
Not sure exactly what the ref was signaling then when he was pointing toward the school like we had to leave, but he's back out there. Hippenhammer is under center. The ball's marched inside the 5 to the 4. In the handoff, Woods. He looks for a seam, can't find one. Good deep up front. Carroll against that big Snider line. Woods will get a couple.
Yeah, it's Connor Call on the tackle there. He came around from the outside and was able to wrap him up, but Snider just, he's going to go with ground and pound here.
Trying to add to a 21-0 lead. The Panthers have it. Third down goal from the 2. 6:40, clock's running, second quarter. Hippenhammer will get under center as the quarterback. Gorman, the lone wide out, wide right, and the give to Woods. Following the left side of the line, Woods is in, touchdown. Touchdown Snider. They extend their lead 27-0 with 6:28 remaining second quarter. A 49-yard drive. Following the short punt by Carroll.
Wow, Snider's clicking, aren't they, on all cylinders on offense?
So far this season, Snider has not played a full game and a half, and they have outscored their opponents 85-0. Should we do my math? It's 83-0. Pretty impressive. 6:28 remaining in the second quarter. A scoring drive is made by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, you should go to any of the 5 Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. The Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week will continue in a moment on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement or an athletic injury or tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans and offers the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. Same-day appointments available. Celebrating 28 years in business now with 15 area locations. Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy, getting you back to work, play, and life. Visit IndianaPT.com and start your therapy today.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Carroll High School with Ryan Dellinger. I am Brett Rom.
I got a score update for you. Top 40 at the 20 to 7. Part of the second quarter against Homestead. Top of Concordia this year.
Absolutely. Thought that could be an upset, but I did pick Homestead, but I thought that they were vulnerable. Here's the kick, a short kick near sideline at the 5. It's Schmeller. He's met at the 18. Goes down. Defensive coverage by Snider's Justin Puppy. The junior defensive quarterback. Had the lane on the near sideline, and he made a nice one-on-one tackle against Jordan Shirley. First and 10 for the Carroll Chargers with 6:21 remaining before halftime in a 27-0 game.
Carroll can get Novotny going here.
We are on the deck at Carroll High School, which of course is causing a lot of technical issues. Nice dancing to find the ball. He'll take it from the 25 to the 27. That's 7 yards. Alexander Miller. Novotny.
Great block by Cameron.
Gain of 7. Second down and 3.
And he was able to get it. Novotny had a nice run going right there.
Shotgun. Miguel will get into Novotny. He waits to find him. He goes down and the flag comes in with it.
On the tackle. Penalty marker on the flag.
Going to be a holder face mask. It was right where the tackle was made, and there was a blocker there.
Penalty 5-yard face mask on Snider.
5-yarder. Marched up against Snider.
First down.
here. Trying to figure out where the march-off is, where the spot is to march off for 5 yards.
So it's not a first down.
Nope. It's a 5-yarder, and it'll be at the 29 where it's a yard short of the first. So second down and 1 at the 29-yard line. Carroll with the football. Jack McGill at quarterback. And now Connor Tapp, a late replacement, onto the field for Carroll. 5:40 clock run, second quarter, 27-0 Panthers. Tailback, Novotny, behind right tackle. He is met, and he's going to go the other direction. And it's Austin France, the linebacker,
on the tackle,
who met him and pushed him back.
No gain, third down and short.
Austin France to take advantage of that big physical size that he has. 6'4", almost 6'5", and he's listed on the Panthers roster as 220 pounds. Novotny at 183 got met and pushed the other way by big Austin France, an inside linebacker for the Panthers. Now it is third down and 1 from the 29. And they'll load up the backfield. They'll give him to Novotny, and he struggles to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him the first down as he gets just across the 30. He got the 30 meter. They'll put it almost first down for the Chargers. It might be only the second first down they've had in the game. Quick look to the left, throwing the flat. Oh, and boy, did Baker have to make the pass. Just absolutely pounded by Todd Starks.
Short gain, second down.
Man, you're going to feel that one in the morning.
This is a confident secondary for the Panthers.
Well, they're glad somebody's trying to throw against them.
They're trying to make a statement, I think, after what happened with Newfowl last year. Throw, right side, and here comes fires from everywhere. I think that's what it's going to be. The completion.
Penalty markers on the play. Tackled by
and as he was
Hoover.
being spun around, Snider came up and
Penalty for helmet-to-helmet hit on Snider.
A personal foul against the Snider Panthers, resulting in another Carroll Chargers first down.
Is targeting? Are you ejected for that? It was number 22.
I don't think they called it targeting. I just believe they called it a personal foul for a late hit.
He hit him square in the head, too.
May have been a head-to-head blow, but just a 15-yard march-off. First down puts the ball into the Snider Panthers into the field for the first time. Miguel fires it over through his man. Again, that little sit route where they go about 5 yards downfield and turn around. They tried to throw it to Schmeling, but Miguel got a little too much on it and sailed it over Schmeling into trouble, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, Vince Campbell was right there on it, and there was way too much velocity on there for him to even catch it as a defensive back.
Second down, 10 from the Snider 47. Chargers draw back. Here comes a blitz. Roll to the right, Miguel. Finally, he throws it. There's nobody there. That's going to be a grounding, intentional grounding, you would think. But there's a flag that comes down right where Miguel threw it. He was running for his life to the far sideline and just tossed it out of bounds. Yeah, it's intentional grounding called against Carroll, which is a loss of down and a spot foul. Well, they spotted one mark 5 on top of it. And
that will also be a loss of down.
Is this been an odd second quarter to you?
Now Carroll's going the opposite way. They were at Snider's 47. Now they're at their own 37. They're third down and 25. Shotgun, Miguel from the pocket. Here comes a rush. He escapes one, rolls to the right, throws right sideline, coming back to make a close-sided catch. Is Becker. Nice catch far sideline. Way short of the first down. But he did a nice job to go down and get it at the 44-yard line.
Ball is at the 44. Carroll, it will bring up fourth down.
Clock running, going to get down under 3 minutes here.
3.5. Clock continues to run. It's fourth down and about 17.
And Ridley deep for Snider.
It'll be Jack Shannon. Back deep. Marius Ridley. Matt Eppenhammer, the kick, a low line drive. line, and Hippenhammer catches it on the sideline. But he's going to try to come across the field. There's a big block. Hippenhammer all the way across, cuts over the numbers. The 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. Flag comes down. Hippenhammer has got nothing but open land. He'll take it to the house.
Hippenhammer on his play. Penalty marker down at the Snider 31-yard line.
Probably coming back.
Yeah, I want to say I thought I saw it on maybe number 12, but number 27 for Carroll. He got hit on a coming back, Tyler Parker. I didn't even see the guy coming back to block him. Demarius Ridley lit him up, coming back to try to tackle him. But
and that was legal. That one was legal. That's just one of those where they're crossing the field east and west, and
penalty hold on Snider.
Just all of a sudden runs into a blocker coming from the other way.
And trainers are looking at him right now. He's saying it hit him right in the shoulder. Thank God.
Still a pretty good jolt.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get your momentum stopped like that, unexpectedly, it does give your head a little bit of a jolt, and they'll go through the concussion protocol.
And once again, Coach Tippmann's all over the officials.
And then that was Tyler Parker, who's being checked on the sideline, and it looks like he'll be okay.
They took his helmet away from him.
Panthers will begin their drive at their own 21-yard line.
He's going to continue to get observation here on the near sideline. Yeah, in high school football, youth football right now, better safe than sorry. Anytime somebody takes a blow, that there could be any kind of concussion-like symptoms, they will take the helmet, they will not play, and
penalty marker on the flag.
Here's a penalty flag before the ball snapped. Snider with the football on a 27-0 lead with 2:53 to remain, and you're in the first half. Coming up at halftime,
penalty encroachment on Carroll.
From the studio will give us a McDonald's scoreboard.
Offside on the Carroll Chargers.
So they'll march it out to the 26.
Hippenhammer's a quarterback as well.
Yeah, Hippenhammer is a quarterback. Didn't expect to see the quarterback this area of the field much, but it's also Covington in the backfield with him. So Hippenhammer with the shotgun. Half slots. Bryson half slots on the left side, and there's Hippenhammer with a fake to Covington and a keeper.
Hippenhammer on the carry.
Tackle and crosses the 35.
Ball is out to the Panthers 35. Play good for Snider, first down.
2:44 show.
Tackle would win.
First down, so they'll spot it and then start the clock. 2:40 and the clock runs. Snider first down at their own 35-yard line, leading at 27-0. Mac Hippenhammer at quarterback. And the give. Covington. Nice cutback. 45-50, 45-40. Here comes the defenders, and they'll drag him down as he gets inside the 35-yard line.
Pulled down by Cash-Batter.
A 30-yard gain. That call it 35 yards. They'll set it at the 31. Covington so quick, sidestepped one without losing a beat, and then just sprinted down the middle of the field. It's first and 10 Snider, and now Auburn will come in to run the 2-minute offense with 2:10 and the clock running. Hippenhammer is wide left. The give, Covington back up the middle. Nice hole, 15-10. And another big gain by Covington. 21 yards. Again, right up here, look like the same play, Ryan.
Yeah, the offensive line blocked to their left, and Covington just went off the backside of it. And when you got Big Zendendellinger in half, 6'6", it's almost 6'8" and 6'7" on that side, it is difficult to tackle when you can't see him.
From near the right hash, Halpert shotgun, and the give, they'll try Covington again. Down to the 6, gaining about 5 yards up the middle. Second down, and 5. They complete first down without a touchdown. A minute and a half left. Clock runs.
And then on the other, the right tackle this time, Shane Carroll, he's all of 6'5", just size all over that line.
27-0, Snider the lead. Harper gives to Woods, left side of the line. Woods puts the shoulders down, fights for the goal line. Did he break the plane?
No signal yet.
No, I don't think so.
Brought down by Parker.
Neither official giving a signal, and it's short. But it might be enough for a first down. It might be first and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and good to see Tyler Parker back out on the field after that punt return. So evidently he's good to go and ready to play the rest of the game. But Snider knocking on the door.
Goes under a minute, and Snider has it inside the 1. In fact, the nose of the football almost touching the chalk. Under center, Hippenhammer, quarterback sneak, and he's in. Touchdown.
There it is.
He went into a mass of big bodies. Offensive line. He could see Peter that he had penetrated right through the middle, but with his shoulders down, he almost got lost between those big linemen for Snider. But count it, touchdown for Snider. They're up 33-0. 46 seconds remaining here in the first half. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, get your next car, truck, or SUV at any of the 5 Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com. There's the extra point by the Usman. Splits the uprights. And Snider's up 34-0. 45.9 seconds left before the break. This is the Partners Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week. ESPN Radio 13 and 100.9 FM.
And now, your Crumback Chevrolet starting lineup. The full-size pickup with power improvement performance. The redesigned Silverado with the perfect blend of form and function and named most dependable midsize car. The Malibu. Crumback helps you get the most out of every gallon with the groundbreaking Cruise. Delivering 42 miles per gallon. It's the compact car with premium comfort. And the versatile Equinox takes you where you want to go in style. This starting lineup from Crumback Chevrolet, 930 East in New Haven. Celebrating 45 years of helping the Fort Wayne area find new roads. Find us online at CrumbackChevy.com.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Broadcasting was through this. We are back at Carroll High School. Brett Rump, Ryan Dellinger with 45.9 seconds remaining here before halftime. 34-0. Snider leading it over the Carroll Chargers. Snider set to kick off. Paul Buseman will kick it. Connor Tapp waits at the goal line. From the right hash, Buseman's kick is away.
Wow.
Keeps it near sideline, and it's into the end zone. Caught by Schmeling a couple of yards deep, and that will be an automatic touchback. And it's 1st and 10 for Carroll at the 20. But the Chargers, nothing has gone right here in the first half. You've got to give credit to the Snider Panthers, as Snider here will go to the break, presumably leading at 34-0 after outscoring Northside 56-0 last week. That's a 90-0 advantage for Snider so far in 2016.
Yeah, I'm not sure which side of the ball I'm more impressed with, the offensive line or the defensive line.
Defense is still not giving up a point. Shotgun for Ian Miller, and he'll fake it to Novotny. Miller will keep it, taking it around the right tackle, and he gains a yard. Now the clock runs down to 34 seconds, and it continues to run. Under 30. Carroll seems to be in no hurry. I think they just want to get to the locker room, regroup. Roll to the left for Miller. Throw over the middle. Becker the catch. And he gets wrapped up at the 26. 5-yard gain on a short route over the middle to Becker. Justin Becker. And the clock's going to be close to winding out. 2 seconds, 1 second. And it's at 0 as they snap it. They'll let him run the play. It's thrown over here near side. Catch is made at the 43 by Marshall Pranger, but immediately wrapped up and brought down. So Carroll will get another first down on the stat sheet. But they'll head to the locker room trailing at 34-0 to the Snider Panthers. Well, the number 1 ranked team in Class 5A looking every bit as good as a number 1 ranked team should here in the first half, Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they might be able to make claim that they might be one of the best teams in the entire state. After Carroll went down last week to Hamilton Southeastern 27-21. Impressive. I'm impressed by Snider's defense, their offensive line, their play calling. Michael Hoppert is a new quarterback in their system. They've just totally taken the wind right out of Carroll on their home field. It's a very quiet crowd on this side.
So with a 34-0 halftime score, the Snider Panthers leading it over the Carroll Chargers. We'll come back here. Ryan will recap our first half scoring, and then we'll send it to the studio where DC Hendricks will give you a rundown of scores on the McDonald's halftime scoreboard. You're listening to the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Alvin and the Chipmunks love to eat.
Who's hungry?
But even though you can't see or smell it, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
That's not good.
On average, 1 in 6 Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps.
We got this. This'll be a walk in the park.
Clean. Wash your hands and surfaces often.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Separate. Keep raw meats, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods.
Watch and learn, my friends.
Cook. Make sure an adult uses a thermometer to cook meat, poultry, and seafood to the right temperature. And chill. Refrigerate promptly and pack your lunch with a freezer pack or ice.
Bingo! Dinner! She's a serve! Yay!
Keep your family safe and check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
When Dad needed help getting around, I became his driver. Any daughter would do the same. But soon enough, he needed help doing more things, and it was up to me to be his personal shopper and financial manager, too. And before I knew it, Dad moved in with me. So I became his cook, his personal assistant, his physical therapist, and even his nurse. When I started taking care of Dad, I didn't realize all the roles I'd have to play. But no matter what, I know I'm still his daughter.
We understand the many roles you play. And to help, we created an online caregiving resource center. At aarp.org/caregiving, you can find resources and connect with the caregiving community. Together, we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving to learn more. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Carroll High School with cloudy skies and an occasional drip of precipitation. The Snider Panthers have jumped out in front of the Carroll Chargers 34-0 here at the break. I am Brett Rump along with Ryan Dellinger. Don't forget to join us after the game at Pizza Hut at Pine Valley. It is the Indiana Physical Therapy postgame show coming up with all the postgame scores, highlights, coaches' interviews, and more, plus terrific deals on your pizza. And, of course, take advantage of that $5 flavor menu. I know my family enjoys it immensely because you can get 2 medium pizzas for $5 each, and that's available at any of your Pizza Hut restaurants in the Fort Wayne area. The $5 flavor menu, of course, they've got wings, they've got the cookie pizza. I mean, you've got it all, and you can take advantage of getting 2 at a time at $5 each on the $5 flavor menu right now at your hometown Pizza Hut restaurant. Ryan, you're a guy that's never shied away from pizza, but right now we want you to give us a rundown of our halftime scoring.
Well, one thing Snider has not been shy at is scoring points here in the first half. And they got it started at the 7:07 mark of the first quarter when Christian Covington ran it in from 5 yards out. That capped a 46-yard drive. The extra point was good, and Snider was up 7-0. Less than a little over 2 minutes later, Snider once again was on the board when they, at the 5:03 mark, when Demarius Ridley returned the punt 62 yards down the sideline for a touchdown. The PAT was good once again. Snider was up 14-0. And then the first play from scrimmage in the second quarter, Snider was on the board again at the 11:56 mark with a 26-yard run by Michael Hopper on a broken play, and he scores from 26 yards out. That capped a 65-yard drive. The PAT was good. Snider 21-0 at that point. And then at 6:28, Snider scored again on a 3-yard touchdown run from Money Woods. That capped a 49-yard drive. The PAT was blocked, and Snider was up 27-0 at that time. And then with just 45 seconds left in the second quarter, Snider scored again, a 1-yard TD run by quarterback Mac Hippenhammer from 1 yard out. That capped a 68-yard drive. The extra point was good, and Snider is rolling 34-0.
34-0, the halftime score. When you add it to Snider's 56-0 win last week over Northside, that adds up to 90-0.
And they took a knee at the 1 yard line with a little over a minute to go against Northside. Yeah.
What does this say about the Snider Panthers? I mean, I projected them as the SAC champion, but you got Carroll going on the road and defeating a Lures team that I thought maybe had a chance at competing for an SAC title. You've got Snider then dominating Carroll here at home, 34-0. I mean, right now I think what we've seen is Snider is as dominant as we've seen Snider in a while.
They have a lot of passion, I think, is what sometimes you think maybe they've got a little bit of a letdown after a state championship. They have taken it to another level on their offense and defensive line. And even when Carroll is completing passes, the defensive backs are making those wide receivers pay for every catch, just pounding them to the ground. Snider's playing pretty nasty tonight, offensively and defensively. I mean, if there's a better offense and defense in this area, or maybe even in the state right now, maybe it's Dwenger. I don't know what they're doing tonight, but obviously Snider's rolling.
No, I think what you're seeing in part with the Snider Panthers is the memories of what happened at that state championship game.
Yeah.
I think the defense has thought about that game, and they have some pride, and they decided we are not going to have to count on our offense to win us games by that type of score this year, because you're seeing a number of the same guys that played defense last year and playing it at a very high level with a lot of intensity and passion. Guys like Lawrence Johnson, Will Johnson, Austin France, Dom Slaughter, Taj Starks. I mean, you're seeing all those guys that are playing with an intensity and an energy and a confidence, almost as if we're going to show something this year that we were embarrassed by last year, and it's totally turned them around. Halftime, our score, 34-0. The Snider Panthers are leading it over the Carroll Chargers. Coming up after the game, we'll be at the Pine Valley Pizza Hut for the Indiana Physical Therapy postgame show. We invite you to come by and join us there. Still a second half of football to be played here, and a second half of football to be played at a lot of sites around Northeast Indiana. And to get you updated on halftime scores after the break, DC Hendricks will give you the McDonald's halftime scoreboard. And then we'll come back here for our second half of action. Again, our halftime score here, 34-0. Snider leading it over Carroll. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Every great team has focus and talent. And at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Hi, I'm Tommy Shegler, the new director of Parkview Sports Medicine, your one-stop shop for all things sports. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an aspiring pro, we're here to help you be a better athlete. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. We bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Our partners include Sport One Orthopedics, AWP Sports Training, and Parkview Athletic Rehab. They're all suited up and ready to serve you. Want to know more? Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what living united feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Let's send it back to the field. Presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
DC Hendricks. You guys are listening to the ESPN Radio 1380 High School Football Game of the Week. I'm here with your McDonald's halftime scoreboard. You guys are currently listening to Snider versus Carroll, which is your game of the week. Snider rolling 34-0 right now at the half. And, you know, just looking at total yards so far for this game, Snider at 301 total yards and Carroll only at 101 total yards. So Coach Dinan's going to have a lot of work to do here in the second half, but I expect it to still be a battle coming down the stretch. Snider leading 34-0 at the half. Some other scores from around the area. We have Bishop Dwenger battling Northside. Very close game there. Dwenger leading 10-6. A couple minutes left before the first half is over. Concordia is leading Homestead. Homestead obviously battling without starting quarterback Drew Kazai. Concordia leading 20-10 at halftime. New Haven currently rolling Lakeland 34-7 at the half. East Noble bouncing back huge. Coach Luke Amstutz bouncing back from a big loss last week from Indianapolis Cathedral. East Noble leading Warsaw 27-7 at the half. Adams Central battling Eastside tonight. Adams Central currently leads 21-7, a couple minutes left in the half. The 106.7 FM High School Football Game of the Week, Garrett versus DeKalb, and Garrett is leading at half 21-7. Manchester's battling Bluffton tonight. Very defensive matchup. Manchester leading only 7-6 at the half. Heritage battling Norwell. Heritage shutting out Norwell Knights 14-0 right now. Another battle, Lures, who lost to Carroll last week. Lures only up 1 point at the half, battling Wayne up 14-13 at the half. Northrop battling my Southside Archers. Northrop leading at the half. Still close game. Archers have a chance. Northrop leading 21-12 at the half. Wawa C battling West Noble, shutting them out 34-0. Churubusco, Lewis Cass. A very defensive matchup again. Churubusco leading 6-0 at the half. And the final score that we have so far, Woodland shutting out Prairie Heights 33-0. And once again, right now you're listening to the ESPN 1380 High School Football Game of the Week. Snider leading 34-0 at the half. This is the halftime scoreboard presented by McDonald's. Now with all-day breakfast. For all the latest information, follow McDonald's of Northern Indiana on Twitter at MCD_NorthernIND. McDonald's, I'm loving it. We'll get right back to the field right after this break. To Ryan Dellinger and Brett Rump for second half action. We're listening to High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 AM and 100.9 FM.
Every great team has focus and talent. And at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Hi, I'm Tommy Shegler, the new director of Parkview Sports Medicine, your one-stop shop for all things sports. Whether you're a weekend warrior or an aspiring pro, we're here to help you be a better athlete. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. We bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Our partners include Sport One Orthopedics, AWP Sports Training, and Parkview Athletic Rehab. They're all suited up and ready to serve you. Want to know more? Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
Get ready. In the next 60 seconds, you're about to become armed and dangerous. What will be your weapon of choice? Questions. That's right, questions. Questions that expose and scare off predatory mortgage lenders. Questions like,
is there a prepayment penalty or a balloon payment?
Are taxes and insurance included in the loan payment?
Are these all the costs?
Am I eligible for a lower interest rate?
Even now, predatory lenders are still on the hunt for new victims. So if you're about to refinance or are a first-time home buyer, come armed with questions and shop for your mortgage with confidence. Get more questions that protect at 866-222-FAIR. That's 866-222-3247 or go to questionsprotect.org. That's it. The minute's almost up. You're looking more lethal already. Question everything. Protect your home. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Fair Housing Alliance and the Ad Council.
High school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Welcome back to Carroll High School. Brett Rump with Ryan Dellinger. Halftime, and Snider leading it here 34-0. And Ryan, this is a Carroll team that beat Lures at Lures last week. And when we're looking at the scores tonight in the SAC, it is basically what we're seeing is it is Snider, and then it's everybody else.
At this point, you're correct. And just looking at the total yardage right here, Snider 301, Carroll 101. First down, Snider 17, Carroll just 5. And they got the majority of those 5. In fact, the last 3 there right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, one of them was the last play of the half when the time ran out.
I mean, if you're another SAC school, you're Southside, you're Wayne, and you still have to play Snider, and you got them coming up here shortly. What are you going to do? I mean, Snider's reserve players are going to play a lot of varsity this year at this point, but man, they're just clearly at another level right now.
Right now, if you're playing Snider and they play like they did here in the first half, you're not going to beat them. All you've got to hope is that you're not in Class 5A.
You're right. New Palestine, even though they lost a lot of guys, they're going to be good, and Columbus East is going to be good. But, man, if you're in that sectional with them, Concord, Goshen, Northside, good luck with that. And then the regional and semi-state, boy, they're tough.
And you see around the SAC the competitive scores that we've got tonight. But again, we had that kind of last week. We saw some fairly competitive games, except Snider, 56-0. And here again, it's the same thing. We're seeing a couple of surprises. Concordia is up on Homestead at halftime, 20-10. We're seeing Northside and Dwenger in a tight game at halftime.
Yeah, 10-6.
Yeah, and so we're seeing that it could be a very competitive conference, with the exception of Snider. And right now, Snider in 6 quarters of football has outscored their opponents by an average of 15-0 per quarter.
Yeah, their defense took it personal that state championship game. It's obvious now to you and to I that after what happened to them last year, giving up a state record 700 and some yards to New Palestine, that they took that on the chin and they're ready to come out and play some defense. And, really for Carroll here is baby steps. Get some first downs, hold on to the ball, don't punt the ball to those guys. If Snider's scoring on kickoffs and punt returns and they're covering kickoffs, they are just one heck of a solid team right now. 5A has got to just be going, what the heck's going on up there in Fort Wayne with Fort Wayne Snider? And they have a lot of young kids playing right now. That's the scary thing. A lot of young, they're dominant guys on defense are young guys.
And, it's interesting, Ryan, because here Carroll gets a shot at Snider early in the season. For those that will play Snider late, and that includes Bishop Dwenger, it includes Bishop Lures, you wonder how teams bounce back and what it does to their confidence, their psyche as they go into the playoffs. I almost think that for Carroll, this is, if you're going to get beat up, and you're going to struggle with somebody, get beat up in week 2, learn from it, bounce back, take it out on somebody else next week, because, obviously Carroll got off to a tough start in their schedule, having to play Bishop Lures in week 1, Snider in week 2. That's very difficult. And as Ryan Schwab pointed out to us in our Sports Rush today, this is a Carroll team that up until the time they joined the SAC a year ago, they were playing 2 non-conference teams in weeks 1 and 2, and so they got to kind of work their way into the season rather than jump right in to the Friar and take on teams like Lewers and Snider right off the bat. So it's been a tough start for the Carroll Chargers, and so far a tough first half. They trail at 34-0 to the Snider Panthers. Carroll has yet to return to the field, and the clock winding down to a minute 20. So they even put 20 on the clock here at halftime, which is an extended halftime, allowing the band enough time to perform, and Snider's on the field warming up. Carroll still has not returned. So, if that is an indication of the message being sent by Coach Doug Dinan, he had a lot to say here at halftime, but they trail at 34-0.
Yeah, and the next 3 games for the Chargers are Northside, Northrop, and then they get Bishop Dwenger. So
a couple of winnable games next couple of weeks, and then take on a Bishop Dwenger team in week 5. Of course, our schedule available at ESPNFortWayne.com for all our upcoming high school games. Don't forget to check us out on the Sports Rush coming up Monday from 4 to 6. And we'll be on the road again next Friday night with another Sports Rush countdown to kickoff as we bring it to you from the tailgate. How did things go on the pregame show? I had to come up and get set up here. In fact, it took me most of the pregame show just to wedge my way into my seat here on the deck at Carroll. But how'd things go with Shevlin? Did you keep him in line pretty well?
I did, and he was really pitching a shutout up there. He did a good job. We got into some games of some interest other than this one tonight, seeing some teams try to bounce back, maybe like Belmont or even East Noble, see where they are. The schedule maker for East Noble, he's probably not the most well-liked guy in up there in Noble County after that play Cathedral last
week. And he's the coach.
Yeah,
that's a tough thing. He brought it on himself, but he said he teaches the program. We'll take on anybody, anywhere, and he proved it by taking on Cathedral. And even though it proved to be a mismatch, and I still think it's a very good East Noble team.
It is.
It's one of those things that I guess is a challenge that if you're an athlete, you don't mind see how you stack up. The unfortunate thing is they learned exactly how they stood up. Stand up. So it was a rough night.
Another team we talked about was Woodland. Who's going to stand in their way? Adams Central, last game of the season, they're going to be tough.
Yeah, and that's another team, Eastside, that I think is a very good football team, and they've got a very good quarterback in Connor Dove. It'll be interesting to see how Eastside and Adams Central match up tonight. Of course, we'll have all the post-game scores on the Indiana Physical Therapy post-game show live from Pizza Hut at Pine Valley coming up later tonight after football is done. Halftime, Snider leading it over Carroll, 34-0. We'll take another break, and then when we come back, we've got a second half of football from Carroll High School. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
It's Pizza Hut's $5 flavor menu deal with your choice of any 2 or more of these delicious options for just $5 each. A medium 1-topping pizza, 8 breaded bone-out wings, a single pan of Tuscan pasta, a double order of garlic sticks or flavor sticks, even a Hershey's triple chocolate brownie or chocolate chip cookie. Just $5 each when you order 2 or more. Get pizza and pasta, pizza and wings, maybe even wings and a dessert. It's your choice with the $5 flavor menu for a limited time at your hometown Pizza Hut.
For 17 years, Northeast Indiana finds the best deals on quality previously owned vehicles at Best Deal Auto Sales. Reliable vehicles offered at or below wholesale prices. The selection is great and the deals are even better at any of the Best Deal Auto Sales 5 Northeast Indiana locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales.
Best Deal Auto Sales.
BestDealAutoSalesOnline.com.
Now back to high school football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Carroll High School, the site of tonight's Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week. And at halftime, the Snider Panthers lead it over Carroll 34-0. Tomorrow morning, start your day at 7 a.m. with On the Green, our golf show with Billy Elvis and 5-time city champ Scott Pieri. Then 8 to 10, Jim Shevlin has Talkin' Sports, followed by Inside the Game with Adam Schenkel and D.C. Hendricks. 4 hours of local sports to start your Saturday on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM. Of Of course, coming up Monday on the Sports Rush, we'll also have our football flashback, which we look back at all of the games over the weekend. College, high school, the exhibition games right now in the NFL. And there will be college football to talk about on Monday because St. Francis gets their season started tomorrow.
Trinity International, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, over in Illinois, 2 p.m.
One of the first college football teams to start their season.
Is that 2 p.m. here or Illinois time? I'm not sure because they're an hour difference.
Now you put me on the spot.
I don't know. You were able to pick all these games last week, and
yes, I mastered my picks last week and got 47 out of 50 correct.
Attaboy. DC got them all right, I heard.
No, he did not.
No, he didn't. All right. No, well, it was his birthday, so.
But he accurately audited my picks.
Good for him.
DC Hendricks, our studio engineer tonight. A reminder, Tin Caps Baseball is on the dial down at News Talk 1190 WOWO 107.5 FM. Snider will kick off to start our second half, and I think that might be one of the messages Doug Dinan had for his Carroll Chargers football team at halftime is we're going to get the football first. Let's move it. Let's make something happen and see if we can ride the momentum.
Nope.
Ball's caught at the goal line, but Jordan Schmeling had to reach up, catch it, came down with his feet in the end zone. That's a touchback.
That was a line drive kick.
Yeah, Buseman has put every kick, I believe, into the end zone for automatic touchback in the fly.
Yeah, Carroll has started on their 20, their own 12, the 20, the 20, the 20, and the 20.
And guess where they're starting at right now? The 20.
Something with a 2 in it.
Yeah. It's familiar real estate. They've been there before. And they have asked that the ball be sat on the right hash. And Jack Miguel will get the start in the second half at quarterback. I believe it is Miguel.
I think it's Miller.
Is it Miller?
Yeah.
You're right. It's Miller. And he'll pitch a quick sweep. Coming left is Novotny. He avoids one and gets out across the 25, 6 yards. And, that is something we weren't sure that the Chargers would be able to do, and that is run wide on a fast Snider defense, but pretty good execution of that sweep play to set up some blocking, get Novotny around the edge for a 6-yard gain on first down at 2nd down and 4, and a hurry-up offense. This time it's Novotny up the middle, and he slipped as he went across the line of scrimmage and fell at the 27, a gain of only 1.
And he had a lane to run right there, too. If he doesn't slip, he's probably into the secondary and down the field quite far there. But good blocking up front by their line right now, pushing the defensive line for Snider back.
Change of personnel. They'll take the fullback out, bring in an extra wide out. Leighton Mitchell, a freshman wide receiver, on for Carroll. Shotgun left hash. Miller looks right, pump fakes, throws, and going down, making the catch is Schmeling, and he's just a yard ahead of the first down stick, I believe. Right at the stick. 31-yard line, first down.
They look like Ethan Hoover and number 13 for the Panthers were playing way too far off on that play. Vince Campbell, I think they were in the wrong coverage right there.
Yeah, bread and butter play for Carroll. Yeah. They just have receivers that sit right at the first down stick, and you throw it to them. Shotgun for Miller. There's penetration into the neutral zone by the left defensive end. And that'll be 5 yards. Marched off against Snider on the encroachment against, I believe, was that DeAndre Stroud or was that Will Johnson?
No, that was Stroud. He's playing both ways tonight.
Yeah, it is. Stroud will play left defensive end. On the right defensive end, it is Johnson. Shotgun, quick pitch on a sweep left. Defense stretches it out and makes the play. And Austin France, among the Snider defenders that was there to take down Novotny. No gain. In fact, Novotny lost a yard.
Yeah, that was the same play they ran to start the second half, and they just kind of strung it out that time and didn't have quite as good blocking. Good play by Snider, but Carroll getting a little rhythm going on offense.
2 minutes into our second half, 34-0 Snider. Carroll with the football. Here comes a blitz, and they'll throw. Boy, they had the perfect play set up, and they overthrow Novotny out the right flat.
He had a lot of green out there, didn't he? If he
had a blocker ahead of him and a lot of real estate. Snider blitzed a safety and a linebacker. That stops the clock with 9:54 remaining third quarter. A 34-0 game, and Carroll facing a third down and 7. Looking right. Miller throws. Good coverage and incomplete.
And the quarterback paid for that.
Vince Campbell was right there on the coverage on Justin Becker over the middle of the field. Again, it's that route where they just run to the first down stick and stop right in the middle of the field. And that time, Campbell not fooled by it. He'd seen that one before, and he came up, made a nice stick on Becker to knock the ball away, and it's fourth down. The punting unit on for Carroll. Shannon's kick, a high spiraling kick. And he's keeping it away from the dangerous return men, but he's kicking it about 10 yards wide of the sideline. And now we'll figure out where it went out of bounds.
That ball will be spotted. The Panthers will begin their drive at their own.
And it's being marked at the 28. So it's a 37-yard kick. And I'll tell you, to get 37 out of that kick when he kicked it that wide of the field is very generous.
And very high. I mean, he launched that ball. It's a good kick.
Yeah, it's a good kick.
He's gotten good at kicking after his first one tonight. So see if Carroll plays a little more inspired defense here. It's not, it's not for a lack of effort. It's just Snider's offensive line. It really confuses the defense with all their traps and pulling guys and all that stuff. So it's very difficult, and it looks like Hoppert once again out there.
Hoppert at quarterback. Single back. Hippenhammer's in motion right to left. They'll fake to Hippenhammer on the jet sweep and then give to the tailback. And I'm not sure if that's Covington or Money Woods. Looks like Covington. He'll go to the 27-yard line, and that actually is just shy of the line of scrimmage. So he lost a yard on first down. Good defense. Good intensity up front. Jake Ostrowski, who we saw his intensity in the first half, helped to get in there for the Carroll Chargers. Snider trying to add to a 34-0 lead. The clock winds down to about 9 minutes left here in the third. Hoppert from the right hash. Play action. Rolls left. Hoppert on the sprint toward the left sideline. Pursuit coming. Fell short, and Hoppert turns the corner and turns it into positive yardage before going out of bounds at about the 32.
Yeah, Jake Ostrowski had a beat on him, but didn't realize how fast he was, and he got the corner, so it looked like he picked up about 3 there.
Yeah, Ostrowski thought he had the angle.
He did.
And then Hoppert just turned it into an extra gear and got around the edge on Ostrowski and took it down the sideline. It's now third down and 7. Panthers football at the 31. They need to get to the 38 for the first down.
Confusion in the
and there is a lot of confusion. Snider not sure how to even align here. Snap, drop. Roll to the right. Hoppert. Here comes pressure. It's Ostrowski. Oh, and Hoppert got away from Ostrowski, but he won't get away from everyone else. Knocked out of bounds at around the 24 or 25-yard line.
Driven out of bounds. Lost on the
That's almost a cover sack because Hoppert rolled and looked and looked and looked downfield. Couldn't find anybody. And eventually the pressure came up and popped Hoppert for a loss.
Yeah, Nick Parker on the tackler there. That was good pursuit by Carroll's defense. Good stop. We're going to get to see a punt for the first time this year from the Panthers.
At the 24-yard line, it is fourth down.
Wow, and Snider's really spread out.
They are. They've only got 3 in the interior. A guard on each side of the center. And there's the kick, and they almost blocked it. They did block it. Got a piece of it. Ball still goes downfield. Hits at the 40. Rolls dead at the 42. And Carroll with that odd formation by Snider. They put a center who was snapping it, a guard on each side, and then everybody else kind of split wide. And then they put 3 blockers back by the punter, but that didn't work at all. 7:56 on the clock. We are in quarter number 3. It's 34-0. Snider leading it, but Carroll now with great field position. at the Snider 42-yard line. Ian Miller drops, looks right, throws, got a guy in a gap. Caught by Becker. Escapes one at the 30. Might have a face mask, and he's down at the 25.
Carroll's got some life here after trying to block, after they got a block on that punt.
Jake Gandolfo, please.
With scores, questions, or comments, always text them to us at 46862. Follow on Twitter to get all the latest scores at ESPN 1380 and on Facebook at facebook.com/ESPN Fort Wayne. Face mask, 5-yard penalty added to the end of the play. It's at the 20-yard line. Carroll threatening, almost in the red zone. And it's Miller on a quarterback keeper. And he struggled just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Took a 3-step drop, pump fake to the right, and then took off, but nothing there. It'll be a loss, I believe, about a half yard, and bring up second down. We'll call it 11.
He ran right into big Zach McDowell for the Panthers, right between his two sevens.
Mr. Ginder, northwest corner of the track.
Second down, 11. Carroll the football at the Snider 21. And as the ball is snapped, it's an offside against the Snider Panthers. 5 yards against Snider. Clock stops, 7:13 left in the third. Carroll trying to just do something positive here in the second half. And what you got to do is you got to forget the scoreboard is 34-0. Just play football in this second half. Let the chips fall where they may. But don't get yourself embarrassed 68-0 by playing a second half just like you did the first. Here's Miller, a throw to the right sideline, and it's wide of the intended receiver at the far sideline, incomplete. Looking for Dylan Redding on that far sideline. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Snider lining up as though they're in man-to-man here. A drop Miller. Again, he'll tuck and try to run, and there's no room. He goes down around the 18-yard line after picking up just a yard.
We go for a field goal here.
And actually, they're going to mark him down as a loss. They'll put it back at about the 18.5-yard line. So it's 4th down and 8, and they're going to try to get points on the board. Jack Shannon's going to come on to try to kick this, and he's got plenty of leg. Looked good last week in hitting a 28-yarder against Bishop Luers. This will be marked as a 35-yard attempt. The ball is centered between the hash marks. Shannon will line it up. The snap, the kick, it's up, it's got the leg, and it hit the upright and is no good. Hit the right upright and came right back down.
When it's not your night, it's not your night, is it?
Snider still has not been scored upon in 2016. 34-0 with 6:17 left, third quarter. Now you've got the Snider offense coming out, taking over on their own 20-yard line. We've seen both Mike Hoppert and Mac Hippenhammer play quarterback. In fact, Hippenhammer has played quarterback not just in the red zone, but in the middle of the field as well.
Yeah, we'll see if he's not out there this time, but they're going with the power I formation once again and going to try to get Money Woods rolling. I'm sure during that break they were on him.
We got the fullback down in the three-point stance. They give to Woods. And here he comes, right side. Dances away from the 25, the 30. 35, still on his feet, all the way to the 37-yard line. That's 17 yards. Almost 18 for Money Woods.
And win.
Shifty is the best way to describe him.
You remember that run against Northside? Was it last year or the year before? He made like 3 guys miss, and he was off to the races.
1st and 10, Snider at their own 38-yard line. I formation behind Hoppert under center, and he'll fake this time to Woods. Now rolls left, looks to throw. Nobody open, so he takes off. Far sideline being chased. Finally runs out of real estate and goes out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage. Maybe a yard to gain, but not much there for Mike Hoppert. And again, good coverage by the secondary. And that was one of the questions coming in, Ryan, is does Carroll have a secondary that can match up and cover these talented Snider receivers? Mac Hippenhammer, and now you've got Michael Lito in there as well. Lido will line up wide to the left. Hippenhammer wide right. I formation with Hopper under center. And a quick out. Hippenhammer the catch. In open space, 45. Hit and knocked down at the 48. He might have enough to get a first down. A 10-yard gain, very close, and they'll put it at the 49. That's a first down. That's 11 for Hippenhammer. Got about 8 of it after the catch on the quick little out route. And again, they're just trying to get Hippenhammer on an island where he can make the play, and Ely giving him a big cushion. So they threw it short to him that time and let the athlete do the work from their 49. Handoff up the middle, Woods. He's into Carroll territory, 45-40, and then going down at the 39. A quick 12-yard burst right up the middle for Money Woods.
Yeah, I got a chance to talk with Money last night a little bit, and I asked him about how his knee was doing because he got banged up last year in the state championship a little bit, and then in the scrimmage it was bothering him again. But he assured me yesterday that it is good to go, and we're seeing it right now.
5 minutes left, third quarter. 34-0. Panthers with the lead in the football. From the Carroll 39, Hopper drops, throws over the middle, and that's caught by Taft, and touchdown, Snider.
No,
and is it Lido?
No, it's Haft.
It is Haft. And are they going to mark him down at the 1?
Yeah.
They're going to say he went down at the knee at the 1-yard line. Post route for Big Bryson Haft. Right on the money by Hoppert. In stride, and Haft dragged down inside the 1.
He had both tight ends basically wide open.
Handoff. Woods looks for a hole, and good job that time by Carroll's defensive front. They got some penetration and took down Woods almost back at the 2.
Yeah, I was wondering why Stroud wasn't out there on that play. Maybe he was taking a break because he's been playing defense, but here he comes trotting out on the field, so now they're going to go with the power I once again.
Hippenhammer is going to go ahead and head wide left. Hopper will stay in there as the quarterback. Stroud the fullback. Money Woods the tailback. Play clock down to 8. Hopper under center from the 2-yard line. Handoff. Woods. He's met in the backfield. He keeps his momentum going, but doesn't get in. He'll be ruled down inside the 1. And it's 3rd down and goal. Well, right now, that big Snider offensive line, Ryan, not doing the job that Coach Tippmann expects. He certainly believes that when you're at the 1-yard line, you should be able to push it and get it over the goal line. And Carroll's doing a good job standing him up. Now 3rd down goal. Hopper under center. Handoff Woods up the middle. Woods, touchdown. Standing up, Woods into the end zone. And the Panthers extend their lead to 40-0. 3:16 remaining, 3rd quarter. Buseman will try the extra point. Try to make it 5 out of 6. Got movement up front. There'll be a flag. And I think they're saying, no, it's an offside against the Chargers. And it'll be declined. Not sure if they can add that to the kickoff, but they're going to go ahead and re-snap it here and try the extra point. Buseman is ready. The snap and the kick. It's up and away, and it's good. 41-0 our score with 3:16 still left in the 3rd quarter. Another scoring drive presented by Best Deal Auto Sales. If you want to score on your next drive, be sure to get a car, truck, or SUV from any of the 5 Best Deal Auto Sales locations. Best value, best financing, best deal at Best Deal Auto Sales. The Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
Welcome to Friday Night Football, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
After Carroll tried a field goal that hit the upright, Snider responds an 80-yard drive. Finished off by a 2-yard Money Woods touchdown run, and it is 41-0. Here's the kick, and it finally is returnable. And it's Schmeling getting hit at the 15, down at the 18, and maybe it shouldn't have been returnable because Carroll, again, will start from inside their own 20-yard line. I don't know if they've started a drive any better than inside their 20.
On the block punt they did, but he almost downed it with his knee on there. But, you know, Homestead, they're resilient. They're ahead 27-20 in the fourth over Concordia.
After falling behind big early against the Cadets, the Spartans have fought back, and might be a good experience for the new quarterback for the Spartans, Jaya Wright, who takes over for Drew Kazai, who's out for the season.
He's very good. He's fast. He can throw the ball. He's a good quarterback.
From the left hash, Chargers start this drive, and Jack Miguel will hand to the tailback, Nick Novotny. And Novotny breaks the 20-yard plane and gets out to close to the 21. That's a 2-yard gain on first down. Second out and 8. Ball stays on the left hash with the clock under 3 minutes here in the third quarter. Carroll Chargers trying to get on the board. Drop from the pocket. Miguel throws right, and it is caught. Nice catch made. Let's see if that's Becker. I think it's Justin Becker who will make a catch sliding down at the 29, and he's just shy, I believe, of the first down stick.
He's a good receiver. He runs great routes.
They'll sit at the 28, so it's a yard shy of a first down, bringing up third down and 1 from the right hash. 2 backs in the backfield with Miguel. Hard count. Tailback gets it. That's Novotny, and he isn't going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Right up the middle, he's met by a wall, and that's Zach McDowell who broke through and met Novotny first. And a big stop on third down, and it's going to force Carroll into a punting situation.
Man, did you see the push those two had on that side for the Panthers? They stood that offensive lineman up and pushed him back right into the running back.
Fourth down, and they'll say that his momentum stopped at 27, so it's fourth down and 2. And another 3 and out for the Carroll Chargers. The Snider defense has been terrific. Low line drive kick, and it just gets outside the sideline. Hippenhammer can't make a play on it, and so it's out of bounds. Marked at the 34-yard line of Snider. Another good kick by Shannon.
Got a good leg.
I mean, even though he kicked it as a low-line drive, it's not returnable and gets pretty good distance.
Now, Snider are going to give another healthy dose of the running game here. Let's see who they bring out. Is it Covington this time?
Yeah, it is Covington who will be at the tailback position, but going back to Shannon, if Carroll can get 39-yard punts and no return with the dangerous return guys that Snider has, I think it's a big win for the Chargers. Shotgun for Halpert. He's going to drop, look to throw. Here comes a blitz, and they set up a screen. Covington makes the catch. He's got one block, but then he got hit hard at the 38, falls forward at the 40.
That was
5 yards, but boy, did Covington get blasted.
That was Nick Parker,
the linebacker.
Yeah. What a lick he put on Covington on that screen pass.
Looked like the perfect play call because Carroll came with a blitz. And then Snider had the blocking set up in front, but Parker able to avoid the blocks and really put a hammer on Covington. Covington up the middle, looks for the hole, and takes it across the 45. That's close to 5 yards for Covington, and that'll be enough for a first down. At the 45-yard line, Snider with the football. Clock will run under 50 seconds here in the third quarter. Panthers leading at 41-0. Play comes in from the sideline. Play clock down to 20. Game clock at 38. Shotgun for Michael Hopper. Covington the back, and it'll be Covington the carry. Avoids one in the backfield, crosses the 50 into Carroll territory, and diving inside the 45 to the 42. 13 yards, right up the middle, Christian Covington.
It's just amazing watching the holes. I mean, they're not making gaping holes today, but they're just giving enough room for the running backs just to go through. And Money Woods and Covington just need a little room, and they're off, and that's going to be the last play of this quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Snider's going to go ahead and let the clock run out. So we've reached the end of 3. Snider, 41. Carroll, nothing. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio, 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Keep your eyes open all season for Carroll, sending a special edition shirt to Favorite Burger fans.
Back to the fourth quarter here at Carroll High School, where the Snider Panthers lead at 41-0. And new quarterback in for Snider to start the fourth quarter. It's Brandon Young, who's a sophomore, 6'1", 170, and a little trouble handling the exchange. Ends up being no gain as it goes to the turf and gets jumped on at the 42 of Carroll. So Snider with the ball already. We're starting to see a number of the backups coming into the game for Coach Kurt Tippmann.
Yeah, Brandon.
Seen enough of the starters here through 3 quarters.
Yeah, Brandon Young's a left-handed quarterback, and he's fast.
Here he comes on a play. Actually, he rolls left and it takes it inside the 40 to around the 38. So that's close to 5 yards on the keeper for Young. Main thing for Coach Tippmann, escape here healthy, giving the backups a chance to play here in the fourth quarter. It looks like some of the first unit offensive linemen still in there.
Yeah, let's say the majority of them.
Shotgun on 3rd down and 6. And he'll roll right and then throw left-handed. That's a tough play, and it's incomplete downfield. That'll bring up 4th down, and we're going to see another punt from Snider. And remember, Ryan, last time we saw Snider punt, you said it was the first punt that they have had this year, and it was a very funky formation where they have a long snapper and a blocker on each side of him, and then everybody else lines up wide, and 3 of the biggest offensive linemen, 3 of the biggest guys on the team, Johnson, McDowell, 2 defensive tackles, and Dellinger line up as blockers, but they're 8 yards back. There's the snap. Buseman will get the kick away. Aims it for the far sideline, trying to see if he can get it down, and it does. Inside the 5. It's downed by Snider. Well, everything going right for the Panthers. Carroll just can't buy field position tonight. They're going to start this drive at their own 5-yard line, trailing at 41-0.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if Carroll now brings in their backups. Let's see who runs out there at quarterback. Maybe number 2 or 4, maybe.
It's going to be Jack Miguel staying in a quarterback for the Carroll Chargers. Miguel, the junior, option for Doug Dynan. Ian Miller, the senior. Miller has started both weeks, but Miguel has almost split time with Miller. Here's a pitch and a sweep to the right. Novotny will cut it upfield at the hash mark and take it out to about the 9-yard line. That's 4 yards for Nick Novotny on the first down carry. Second down and 6 with 10:22 left in the game. And Snider up 41-0.
Had Jaden Gibson on the tackle there for the Panthers, backup linebacker.
Shotgun snap. Miguel, he's going to throw a deep far sideline, man-to-man coverage, and Becker had it in his hands, but then flicked away by the Snider defender in man-to-man coverage.
I believe that was Tavares Brown that knocked that down. A lot of new names here for the...
Yeah, we're trying to figure out because we know who's there on the starting unit, but it's the backups we're not sure about. And I'm in agreement, Ryan. I think it was number 18 on that far sideline. We don't have a monitor, so it's hard to tell when they get that far away, but here's a pass over the middle, caught by Schmeling at the 15, and he falls forward to the 17. And that's going to be a first down. And again, Carroll receivers are just, they have a sixth sense of getting to the stick and then turning around to make the catch. Shotgun, trip receivers right, and it'll be a throw to the right. Schmeling makes the catch at the 20, but wrapped up in the open field and brought down with nothing after the catch. That is a good defensive play right there, Ryan, because in the open field, a clean tackle with no extra yards after the reception. Only a 4-yard gain, second down and 6.
And that was John L. Hogue on the tackle there. That's the thing. Snider, when they get you, they just take you right to the ground.
9:20 left in the game. Miguel, pump fake and then throw. He'll go deep, and it is almost intercepted that time. And again, that's Tavares Brown, who didn't bite on the pump fake at all. And in fact, Brown was the closest one to it. But it's out of his hands, out near midfield, incomplete. It will be third down and 6.
That's why he plays defense, Brett.
He'd be a receiver if he could get
if
that
he would
one.
have caught that.
Well, he looked like the receiver. Just wearing the wrong color. Roll to the left. Miguel sets up. Here comes pressure. He dances away and then comes back to the right at the 20, 25. Gets a block near sideline and dragged out of bounds. Let's see where they put him. It'll be a first down. He only needed the 27 for the first down, and he got out at least to the 30. So first and 10 for the Carroll Chargers. Big third down conversion to move the chains and keep this drive alive as Carroll just now trying to get on the board. They trail at 41-0. Quick throw, right sideline.
Oh, good catch.
Yeah, that's caught and quickly met and out of bounds, but that was a really good catch by Leighton Mitchell, the freshman wide receiver who caught it. Throw a little bit behind him, but he showed good hands, especially for a freshman playing on the varsity.
That ball was on the way before he even was out of his break.
7-yard gain, second and 3. Again, the quick throw over the middle, caught by Schmeling, and he takes it upfield across the 45 out to the 48. That's about 7 yards for Schmeling and a first down. They'll put it at the 49-yard line. We're under 9 minutes left. 41-0. Chargers on the move. Started this drive on their own 5-yard line. Miguel, far side, Schmeling the catch at the Snider 42. He's hit and drops down very close to the first down, but they'll say it's about a half-yard short just inside the Snider 42-yard line.
Yeah, Miguel looks good. He's on time with his passes, hitting the guys. You know, the ball's out before the break is even being run there. So good passing by Miguel right now.
Against a lot of second-team defensive players for Snider, trying to hold up and keep that 0 on the board. Here's Becker making a catch, heading toward the near sideline. Catch made at the 38, and then he's dragged down at about the 35. Another first down. Sticks move. Carroll Chargers keep the drive alive. And again, Ryan, if you're a first-team defender, you're hating to see this.
I know, and it started at the 4-yard line.
After shutting out Northside last week, 56-0. Here's Carroll on the move.
Blitz.
And they're rushing Miguel, and Miguel will go down. A sack back at the 39-yard line. Loss of 4 yards. Clock goes under 8 minutes. Second down, 14 from the Snider 39. Carroll with the football. A drive that started on their own 5-yard line. Oh, boy. The snap goes through the hands of Miguel. It's back in Carroll territory. Jumped on at the 45 by Miguel. I think Carroll keeps possession, but a big loss. Well, your best defense is a mistake-prone offense. And that was a mistake for Carroll. They were moving the football so well, and then a snap that was a little high to Miguel, maybe up around his head, and it just went right through his hands and ended up 15 yards in the backfield, and Miguel had to run back and beat Snider players to the spot and just jump on the football. So now it's 3rd down and 30.
Whoa.
Miguel in the pocket, drops. Now he tucks it and runs, and he's dragged down as he gets to the 45. A 1-yard gain on 4th down and 30 and going to do it. And what about a defensive stand? Just as we said, Snider's first-team defense probably not pleased to see the way Carroll was moving the football. You get a defensive play, a miscue, and a defensive play, and now Carroll's going to have to punt the football.
And that ball right there that the center snapped to him hit him right in the face mask. I mean, directly in the face mask. He still held on to it.
6:35, clock runs. Snap is good. Shannon's kick near sideline will spiral, bounce inside the 20, grabbed at the 15, almost, well, it was fumbled, but then he jumped on it. And it's not Hippenhammer back there to return. It was Elijah Maxwell, who's a sophomore backup wide receiver. Sometimes you see why they haven't quite made it to the first team.
You're completely right.
Of course, there's a lot of guys that would play behind Mac Hippenhammer. So the ball sits at the 10-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Snider. 6:22 remaining in the game. After the game, join us at Pizza Hut at Pine Valley. A lot of people leaving here right now, and I hope they're all heading to the Pizza Hut, perhaps to await our arrival for the post-game show. The Indiana Physical Therapy post-game show comes up next. And, oh, well, I think we just saw Maxwell again just take off downfield from the left wideout position, and nobody snapped the football. And it was good because Elijah Maxwell had made it about 10 yards downfield on a very serious route. I mean, he was pumping it, baby. He was heading downfield, and he was the only one in motion. Every other Panther was still set at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like a little Canadian Football League.
Yeah, the head start for the wideout. Handoff in the backfield, up the middle, pounding across the 10 to the 12. Trying to get numbers now.
Is it 33 maybe?
It is 33. Nihilus Lockett, another sophomore. A lot of sophomores out there right now for Snider as Kurt Tippmann pulled most of the first unit at the end of the 3rd quarter.
And if you can see out there, Snider, big number 71, Randy Holtz is out there, a freshman, 6'5". Another big one.
And here's the give. Again, it's going to be Lockett. He'll follow the right tackle and get across the 15 to the 17-yard line, where it brings up a 3rd down and about 4 to go. Maybe a long 3. And I think, Lockett, maybe a backup running back, but one thing that he's learned at his young age is when you see an offensive lineman who is a 6'5", 265-pound freshman, get behind him and run. And there's Lockett running right behind him again.
Yep.
And he got first down yardage out to the 24-yard line. Snider moves the chains, and the clock continues to tick down on the Carroll Chargers as Snider leads at 41-0.
For Snider, when you have maybe the best offensive line going up against the best defensive line every day in practice, it's only going to make you better. And look at the reserves. They're moving the ball quite well themselves.
And the quarterback right now is Brandon Young, a sophomore, 6'1", 170. And, it was a read option. He put it in the belly of Lockett, and then it looked like Lockett was thinking he was taking it back away. The ball hit the grass, and Young did recover it. Snider keeps possession, but it's back at the 22. So they'll lose about 2 to 3 yards on the play, and the clock's down to 4.5 to play. Seeing a little bit of the JV football here tonight to finish this one off. Young gets the snap, And the give to Lockett. Up the middle. Lockett hit at the 24 and falls on the 25 after gaining 2 to 3 yards.
Wisely give the ball to the running back, the ones that know how to run.
Clock will go under 4 minutes. Panthers are going to be 2-0 in the season. The only thing the Panthers haven't accomplished so far in this young season is they haven't scored 100 points, but they've come pretty close. Right now at 97-0, their margin. Young, there's a flag thrown in the middle of the blocking of the offensive line. Ball's intercepted, tap.
This might be
tap at the 30. Heads to the sideline, 20, 10, 5. He's going to score and put Carroll on the board. A turnover on the interception. And Connor Tapp just took it 35 yards for a touchdown. The penalty is against Snider. It's declined by Carroll. And the Chargers, the first to score against the Panthers, and it's a defensive touchdown on the interception by senior safety Connor Tapp.
Wow, he went up high and got that ball, didn't he? Found a seam and
showed
he was
some
gone.
speed when he knew he had a chance to get around the edge on the return. He really showed some speed and a little momentum for the Chargers. Here's the extra point. It's up. And it's good. So Shannon makes it 41-7 with 3:37 remaining. It's the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
My name is Bobby. I'm a veteran and lost my leg to a roadside bomb. My victory was going from a wheelchair to becoming a weightlifting champion.
I'm Sam. I'm a veteran. My victory was finding a career that I could be proud of.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
It's high school football presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Back at Carroll High School, where the Chargers have finally scored and Snider's given up points. It came on a defensive play, an interception that was returned for a touchdown by Connor Tapp, and the score now 41-7. Snider still with the lead as the Chargers get set to kick off.
Will they go onside kick here, Brett?
Showing kind of a bunched up formation. And it will be kicked deep.
And out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds, far sideline.
And it's kicked out of bounds. Penalty marker on the flag.
Well, the Panthers are going to take over at their own 35 here, Brett.
So from their own 35-yard line, Panthers with the backup unit in with 3:37 left. Checking the offense from the right hash at the 35-yard line. It's still going to be Brandon Young at quarterback. And a long delay as Coach Tippmann is over on the far sideline. He finally has to take a timeout. I don't know if there's a player that's supposed to be in the formation that's not out there. But we've got a timeout. Some confusion with 3:37 left. 41-7. Snider the lead over the Carroll Chargers. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement or an athletic injury or tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans and offers the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. Same-day appointments available. Celebrating 28 years in business now with 15 area locations. Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy, getting you back to work, play, and life. Visit IndianaPT.com and start your therapy today.
We're back to the field, presented by Partners First Federal Credit Union on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
Handoff up the middle for Snider on the first down play. Goes out to the 40-yard line. That's 5 yards. And checking some of the numbers, Ryan, I'm thinking that not sure who carried the football. Who's in there at tailback? Thought it might have been 26. It's
either 26 or 36.
Well, and they don't have either one on the roster.
That's either Brown or Trotter. Whoa.
High snap. Young handles it. And the give coming this way.
Oh, man.
Met couldn't turn the edge. Good containment by the Carroll Chargers defense. And try to catch that number. It is number 25. And I don't have a 25 on my roster. So I don't know who carried the football, but they might be down to the freshman class. We saw the sophomore class come in last drive and ended up being a turnover on an interception that Carroll returned for a touchdown. That's the only points the Chargers have so far. With 2:22 remaining, clock continues to tick. Snider the football at their own 39-yard line, leading at 41-7.
I think that's Owens. He played last week.
Handoff up the middle, and it is Owens carrying it across the 40, spinning out to the 44-yard line. Nice gain for Owens, about 6 yards. He'll be a yard shy of the first down as the clock goes under 2 minutes.
Snider going to punt or go for it?
It's like interesting. Yeah, fourth down. And the quarterback just ran over to talk to Coach Tippmann. And this may be a case where they
try to draw him off.
Try to draw him off and either call the timeout or, perhaps even
or maybe they're not even going to run a play.
Take the delay of game, and then you can punt it.
They better hurry up, whatever they're going to do.
Down to 5 on the play clock. Down to 3. They line up shotgun. On fourth down, there's no snap. Everybody on both sides of the look jumped. Now let's see who jumped first.
I'm going to say it was Snider.
I think that, it's offside, but it's against Snider.
And that was the freshman, 71. He was getting a head start on. So evidently they were going to run a play, but now they're going to punt with 1:21 left in the fourth.
Still don't know if they were wanting to run a play or if they were wanting to see if they could draw Carroll offside. And if they didn't, just take the 5 yard and then punt it. 1:16, and the clock will continue to count down. It's Paul Buseman who will come in to punt. The soccer player kicks it. High hanging kick. Caught awkwardly at the 25.
Fumble.
Ball's knocked away. It's free. A big scrum. And let's see who gets it with 57 seconds left.
That official jumped right in the pile.
Yeah, he did.
Snider
got the football. And is that Covington?
Yeah.
Christian Covington on special teams somehow got in there and might have made the play. It's either Covington or number 44.
44 for Snider is Bryson Reinig. He's a linebacker.
I think one of those two might have been the one to come up with the football. But a turnover now, 57 seconds left. And Snider can run the clock out. 41-7 is the score. Snider's going to improve to 2-0. For the Carroll Chargers, their record will even at 1-1, but kind of a big statement made to the SAC when you have a Carroll team that knocked off Lures at Lures and then comes back home and falls behind Snider 41-0 before Kurt Tippmann put in the backups, and a defensive score gave Carroll their points. Handoff up the middle. The run goes inside the 25 to the 23. It's 2 yards on the carry. Now I think there's going to be one more play.
And maybe they just take a knee here.
Once again, if you're leaving Carroll's field here or on the north side of town, stop by the Pizza Hut at Pine Valley. We've got the Indiana Physical Therapy postgame show coming up next. Tom Franklin with the scoreboard. I'll have comments. We'll talk to coaches and more coming up on the Indiana Physical Therapy postgame show live from the Pizza Hut at Pine Valley. Ryan Dellinger will wrap this one up. And Michael Lito talks to Snider defensive lineman Lawrence Johnson, all part of what's ahead, and that will be the final. Snider goes to a knee, and Carroll goes down in defeat. The Snider Panthers defeat the Carroll Chargers 41-7. Ryan Dellinger comes back with a scoring recap from Carroll High School when we return. This is the Partners First Federal Credit Union High School Football Game of the Week on ESPN Radio 1380 and 100.9 FM.
This broadcast is brought to you by Partners First Credit Union. See them for mortgages, home equity loans, great rates on auto loans, and multiple options for your checking and savings accounts. At Partners First, they'll call you by name because you're not just a customer, you're a member. Visit partnersfirstcu.org for more information or stop in any of the local Partners First branch offices. Partners First Federal Credit Union, supporting the community as the presenting sponsor of high school football on ESPN 1380.
And now, your Crumback Chevrolet starting lineup. The full-size pickup with power improvement performance. The redesigned Silverado with the perfect blend of form and function and named most dependable midsize car. The Malibu. Crumback helps you get the most out of every